You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, September 25th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Rico and I, we're going to have a super long day today, but those plans changed. And I got bad news to start off the show. If you haven't seen it already, as we posted on our social medias yesterday, and of course it was posted on Falling in Reverse's social media, the show that was scheduled for tonight, the Monster 2 tour with Falling in Reverse, Tech 9, Black Veil Brides, will be postponed and scheduled for a relater date. I can tell you all the information, or I can let Ronnie Racky himself tell you that. Listen to this.
What's up, Phoenix? Due to unforeseen circumstances, we want to give you guys the best show possible with all the production and everything involved. I just want to let you guys know we have to postpone the show. We're not canceling the show, postponing the show till October 15th in a couple weeks. So we're literally going to play Aftershock, fly straight to Phoenix October 15th, and we're playing the show. So there's over like 11,000 tickets sold right now. I will see you guys there. There'll probably be more by the time I get there. Sorry that we can't play tomorrow, but we are not canceling. We're postponing till October 15th. That's 2 weeks away. Sorry to anybody else that got tickets to fly in. I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can reschedule your thing and try to make it to October 15th. See you guys, Phoenix, October 15th, not tomorrow.
There you go. So he reiterated October 15th. I did apologize to people who made plans and maybe flew in, but yeah, I mean, apologies are great and all, but it does suck for those who get their PTO or, make their plans that, and unfortunately, because it's a Wednesday night show, it's just an inconvenience. Now, yes, they'll probably sell a little bit more tickets in a 2-week run. They'll be performing after Aftershock. Hopefully everything goes well. And when he does come to Arizona again on October 15th, it's a stellar all-star show, and, he brings a little extra, knowing that, it kind of sucked. It's a little bump in the road. Now, as for why, a lot of people are saying why. Unforeseen circumstances is the best answer I can give you as I kind of looked into it. Now, I do know that they had to cancel a show, I think, in, South Carolina, just, the other day. And the reason why they did that is he said that the stage wasn't safe for their setup. A lot of pyro, lots of fire and everything, and it was an older amphitheater, and then they realized this is just not safe, and they had to cancel it, and he apologized for that. But Ronnie Racky's one of those rock stars that is, if he believes something, he's gonna stand by it and be like, no, I'm not. This is janky. I'm done. As simple as that.
He's like, I don't need footage of my hair catching on fire.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. We're not going to have a white snake scenario here. Right. So, but, why would that lead to a postponement of the Phoenix date? I don't know. And honestly, that's wild speculation because I don't know if any other shows were postponed. It's just one of those things. And yes, it's a bummer, but October 15th, the day after Columbus Day, and it's going to be a Tuesday. So instead of a Wednesday night show with Falling in Reverse Tuesday, the good news is for all of you out there that bought your tickets or you received those tickets from us, those tickets are still good. You'll still be able to go to the venue with those tickets. All tickets will be honored. And meet and greets and VIPs too, Rico.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're still going to be able to hang out with our boy.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a long-ass day because the meet and greet's 8 hours before the show. But, whatever. We'll just hang out in Phoenix all day. At least the weather will be a little nicer. Assuming.
Exactly.
Yeah. Theoretically.
Assumed.
Yeah. Some people have speculated, Mari was like, well, maybe because it's so hot. I'm like, no. We just had so many shows at the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater.
Peak July.
Yeah.
No, that's not the reason.
Yeah, too hot in Phoenix is 120. And then when it's 120 all the way through and doesn't drop below 100 degrees at night, so the stage can't cool off, that's when it's dangerously hot for the artists and the audience in Phoenix. But anything under that, we're resilient people, right?
Yeah, we're lizard folk.
Yeah, exactly.
We got this.
We deal with it on a regular. We're like, oh, this is a beautiful day today. And like, oh, it's 105? Oh, felt like it was 85.
Honey, grab my jacket.
Yeah. We got a great show lined up for you today. So still tickets on the line for AWOL Nation. Still got tickets on the line for Iron Chef on October 5th. And then later on the podcast broadcast, we're going to have Chrissy from Tucson Doobie and Slobby Robby from Generation Cool. So they got some cool events that's happening here soon in town. They're going to tell us all about them. We're going to have a lot of fun with our friends. So it's going to be a good time. Keep you here all morning long. We got a Morning Moron coming up after Daughtry, kicking things off with the Smashing Pumpkins. Here's Disarm on Rock 102.1 KFMA. But you know the name of the show, Tucson. Let's go. All right, and we are back here live on the podcast broadcast. Welcome, everybody, and keep those comments coming in. Please welcome in studio very special guests. Returning to the show, we got Chrissy from Tucson Doobie. Good morning, Chrissy.
Good morning.
And the legend himself, the man who is owner of Generation Cool, Netflix star extraordinaire, event thrower, and a local celeb who knows all chefs and just anyone that crosses through the studio. Slobby Robby.
Hey,
Good morning,
Slobby.
Slobby.
Hey, I mean, you know, when you eat like me, you make friends along the way.
The thing that blew my mind this morning, and mine and Rico's mind this morning, is we found out with Chef Jim Murphy. He's like, Rob's coming in? Oh, he was my son's teacher. We're like, shut the fuck up. You're a Slobby Robby? You're not gonna Slobby? Yeah.
You must be mistaken.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, preschool teacher. When did you taught preschool for how many years?
7.
And where? Like how old were you when you?
Don't out them.
Okay, yeah, don't out him. I don't want to get him shut down.
I taught at Satori, which is a preschool and elementary school at Prince and First Avenue, not too far from here.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, 1997 through about 04.
That was like an early job for you then, huh? Yeah.
Early job.
Yeah.
Not so much as far as waking up in the morning, but I was like the after school dude. You know, I started off as like Billy Madison dodgeball guy.
Yeah.
And then eventually the like owner of the school took a liking to me. And she's like, do you want to teach? You have a gift. And I was like, oh, is there more money in it? Yep. Okay. I could get up at 8.
Yeah.
I could be here by 9.
You have a gift.
Yeah. So I was a preschool teacher. I had my own class. I taught 3-year-olds. I'm not kidding right now. I had my own class.
That's amazing.
You can make a movie about this.
Yeah.
I will say this. There was one issue that came up. One year for Christmas, one of the moms gave me a big, giant Tupperware of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, wow. How'd you know? And she goes, well, you know, my kid, you know, always comes home and says that you eat the rest of her macaroni and cheese.
Oh.
So we figured you might need some extra food.
This is a good way to burn you. Be like, hey, stop eating my kid's food, fatty.
Bro.
Yeah, here's all the mac and
the
cheese.
leftover, though. I waited till they were done.
Yeah. I mean, it's been like now 20 years since that job and stuff. Were you ever like buzzed and stuff, get on that level? Because that was my favorite time to hang out with my toddler.
Well, I can tell you this, 2 different sets of supervisors. So one being a principal of a school, and then later on when I was running group homes, my supervisor. But my first supervisor said, the principal of the school once said, well, the other staff is saying that they think that you're coming to work high on marijuana. and I said, you know what? I'm high on life, you know? With that energy you see, that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm happy to be here. I'm chilling, you know. And then I was younger, you know, and less experienced. So by the time I worked in the group homes, I was a counselor and I did stuff like the drug and alcohol support group. And I had one of my supervisors said another staff narked on me and said I was coming to work high.
Right.
And then I said, well, first of all, it's none of your business if you've ever heard of HIPAA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a medical
You're busting
card.
out the legal,
And she got shook.
Yeah.
I had that medical card on the table, and I'm like, I don't even need to show you this, but I think you could probably see from that far away, you know? And then she's like...
Flashing like a badge, like you're a weed cop.
Basically was like, I get high every time before I come to work.
Yeah.
You know, so we had that established. from there on out. You know, I went from being embarrassed to standing up for myself.
Yeah.
But this is also back in the day. You know, this is 2008 when people were still like, oh.
Right, nervous about it. So you're one of the first people, once they started making these rules and stuff, you jumped on that right away and did your due diligence, which is part of, your entrepreneur spirit, kind of like, smart enough to get ahead of the curve. And then you literally turned it against them. Like, it's none of your business. But yes, this says right here that I'm coming into work high every day and there's not a goddamn thing you're going to do about it.
Because my stomach might hurt. My tummy hurt.
Yeah.
Okay? Before I left the house, my tummy hurt, okay?
Yeah.
It happens to me every day.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Chrissy's like, I have the same problem.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm sure. And glaucoma. Well,
I was gonna say
glaucoma. is-
glaucoma.
We both have blue eyes, so the sun can really affect our eyes also.
Right.
So we also need to wear sunglasses and smoke.
And Chrissy, do me a favor. Get that microphone and point that tip towards your mouth.
Got it.
Yeah, but don't block your face. There you go. You look
It'd been
fantastic.
funner if you told the lady, like, I have glaucoma, like, mispronounced it confidently. I got glaucoma.
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 It's like, oh, it's legit. Okay.
Yeah, so we got both Robbie and Chrissy in studio because we're going to be talking about an event he's throwing called Halloween. And it's a lot of the details we're going to give just exclusively here on the podcast broadcast and for socials. So we're about to tease this and let people know they could join the party on the FM side here in about 5 seconds. So let's do that. Rock 102.1 KFMA, that's Five Finger Death Punch. We are live on the podcast broadcast in studio. Very special guests filling out the house. We got Chrissy from Tucson Doobie and Slobby Robby from Generation Cool. And only on the podcast broadcast, we're going to talk about a really cool event that both Chrissy and Slobby Robby are putting together here in Tucson that's going to be happening on October 26th. It's Halloween themed and it's party themed, and we're going to give you all the details and nitty gritty on the podcast broadcast. So you can join us right now, youtube.com/beefvegan. But when we return after new music from Bring Me the Horizon, what is your nightmare blunt rotation and what is your dream blunt rotation? We've heard the stereotypical, who's your Mount Rushmore whenever you're talking about things, but who would you love or hate to sit in a rotation with while passing around a blunt? Because those conversations can go off the rails. So that's what we're going to be weighing and breaking down with our panel right after this song, The 10 Statues That Cried Blood by Bring Me the Horizon on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Join us live on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. There you go. Doing super teases right there. So same question goes to you streamers as well. Nightmare blunt rotation, dream blunt rotation. For celebrities or, figures, public figures.
Do they have to be alive or could it be?
Nope.
Oh.
No rule stipulations. Yeah. Bring them back from the dead. And Todd, it doesn't matter what fucking song that is. I don't even listen to the song. So, and neither do you. So don't act like you care. But with that, name the 4 people you would love to have in a blunt rotation with who are going to get philosophical, make you laugh, whatever the case, and 4 people that are going to ruin your buzz harshly. All right. So that's what I want to see in the comments. We'll share that on the air as well. So just let me know, nightmare or dream. And then you're thinking about it right now, right?
I'm thinking about it. I've got my list.
Good. And the event that we're talking about, Halloween, we're going to get into all the details on that here in a little bit as well. And then Tucson Doobie is going to be out at High in the Desert, right?
Yes, we will be at High in the Desert.
Yeah.
Pumped for that event.
Right, because that's a Tucson Doobie event still, right? Or
Well, Tucson Doobie is part of a promotional partner for the event, so we'll be there talking about our membership club, and we'll be there in support of the High in the Desert producers.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Which we'll be having them in, I think, Friday as well. So Lewis and I'll be out there hosting it and trying not to do dabs before any kind of stage
Nothing wrong with
announcements.
that.
Yeah. In fact, actually, Javier just said Cowpig's going to be having a dab bar at the event on 26th. So that's good. Yeah. And on 26th for Halloween, I can definitely participate on that. But if I'm going to get on stage and make like announcements and try to remember things,
Right.
I stay away from the dabs. It's super simple,
Yeah, they can knock you out. You got to be on your toes.
That's how it
This
was.
is a high-class event.
The last High in the Desert, Chrissy, when we
Right.
talked and stuff, I was a
Right.
little too high. I was a little too high for that. And you were a sweetheart. At the same time, I'm like, I got to go.
She had to babysit you?
No, this happens to me regularly, Slobby. So, like, I just went to the Rialto for a local show. Super simple, right? And I ran into my buddy Xander, and he's like, hey, you want to hit this? And I asked the question, is it indica or sativa, right? And in my mind, I'm like, okay, if you say sativa, yeah, I'll take a little hit, a little pick me up, right? I'm drinking, right? I don't crossfade too hard. Indica, no, I'll pass. He answers, I don't know, but it's strong. And I'm like, well,
Xander.
that wasn't.
Didn't warn you.
Yeah, that wasn't my preconceived notion of like answers of what I was looking for. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll hit it. I fucking hit it and immediately regret it. Start going into the sweats and all that. Took me a good half hour to get back to normal. And then like Jonathan Russell runs up to me like as soon as I'm spinning and he goes, "Oh, we need you to do a stage announcement." I'm like, "Fuck me!"
He's like, "I need you to sing for my band."
Yeah.
It's total FML, right?
Yes. Now I recovered in time. Luckily, it was a local show and they were a little slow on the reset, which saved my ass. But man, that's just my luck. So I'm going to try to avoid those situations at High in the Desert.
Right.
I guarantee you I'll mess up. Yeah. We're on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out with good friends of the show. We got Chrissy from Tucson Doobie and Slobby Robby from Generation Cool on 4th Avenue. And Slobby's always doing cool events. So we're going to be talking about an event he's throwing on October 26th. That if you follow Generation Cool or Slobby Robby, you're going to see all about it. But we're going to get into all the details. Before we do that, here's the question that I want to propose to you guys. What is your nightmare blunt rotation or your dream blunt rotation? I actually saw this question and it made me think because, we hear the stereotypical who's the Mount Rushmore of, like the greatest of all time, and you do your top 4. The blunt rotation, same thing. 4 people you would love to sit down in a blunt rotation, pass it to the left with, chop it up, and it's going to be a good time. But the nightmare rotation is going to kill your buzz hardcore, right? And people that you don't want to be around.
Right.
So, Slobby, you've had a chance to think this, and of course, you know your history, and I mean, hell, you were a former teacher. You surprise me on a regular basis. So, let's start off with your dream blunt rotation. Who's your dream blunt rotation?
Okay, well, I'm going to start off with a light one. I would say Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I just want to, I want my own song for my outgoing voicemail. Like a little Slobby, rest his head on.
Yeah, but it'd be difficult to understand what he's saying.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah.
I just want a little ditty.
Yeah,
I just want a little hum.
Yeah.
As long as you can make out your name in there a little bit, that's fine.
No ditty, I want a little ditty.
Yeah.
So, number 2, I'm going to go with my man Pee Wee Herman.
Okay.
Nice. Just bust out a little da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Tequila dance?
Yeah, just chill.
His laugh is contagious as well. When he goes, ha, you're going to be rolling. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wow. Was that a sample? That was good.
I practice.
So I would say Eddie Vedder, Pee Wee Herman, and then Mr. T, who is maybe some people might know, maybe not be surprising, the only person I ever looked up to in my entire life.
Yeah.
Besides my dad. And Mr. T, I just like his authority, I feel like he'd be sativa friend, get everyone together, get us to the shit on time.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of hearing him talk in his voice. So, he's like, the teacher and that I always wanted,
And he's kind of like the rotation police, too. So, like, if Eddie Vedder was sitting there chiefing a little too much,
True.
He'd be like,
someone's got to keep it together.
Yeah.
And then my last one would be Anna Nicole Smith, famous Guess Jeans model, Playboy Bunny. I just recently saw the documentary. And boy, she not only can she party, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
And cute. So we need somebody to add a little softness, someone to cuddle with.
Yeah.
So
I love that blunt rotation. That's a fantastic blunt rotation there. All right, well, Chrissy,
Good one.
same question.
I don't know if I can top that one.
You don't
Mine's
need to
so
top
much more
it.
mainstream.
It's not a competition.
Okay, good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I definitely have to go with Snoop Dogg.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because he's just an icon. Plus, I think he would be super impressed with my ability to repeat every single word of Doggy Style album.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I've been wanting to do that, and I think he's the man.
It's funny because you would make him your dream blunt rotation. He would probably make you his nightmare blunt rotation. Like,
True that.
yeah, I got high with this chick, and then she's just rapping my lyrics to me nonstop.
I should know this
never,
much.
Yeah, that's never happened to him before.
Yeah, right? Yeah, probably all the time. Okay, so Snoop Dogg for sure.
Snoop Dogg, Rihanna.
Okay.
She's totally sexy, so I think I could learn some stuff from her, right?
Right.
Dance moves.
Yeah.
I would say Mike Tyson also.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
dangerous.
I know. See, I think I'd be a little bit scared. Maybe I just want to be on the edge of my seat.
Okay, so you're
You
a little
know?
too comfortable with Uncle Snoop. But then you got
Yeah.
the nervousness.
I love this
Right.
list.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
list
yeah.
says a lot about you.
Yeah, it does. I mean, this is like a sexual fantasy list. Like if you
That's
put
not
all,
what I meant.
oh well, that's where I'm going. And like you take all these components, put it in a blender, and you're like they're ready to go.
Okay, I can't wait to see.
Yeah, what's your fourth?
Well, my fourth one is just an icon in my eyes, so I just went with Jerry Garcia of Grateful Dead because there's so
Nice.
much, and there's a real strong history between cannabis and deadheads, and I'd be all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can ask him about the Haight-Ashbury days, the glory
There you
days,
go.
anything he can remember.
Right.
If it's anything that he can remember.
Right.
Yeah. So Snoop Dogg, Rihanna, Mike Tyson, and Jerry Garcia. That is a fantastic blunt rotation.
Wow.
All right, so that's the dream blunt rotation. Rico, who is your dream blunt rotation?
Whew. You know what? I go back. He said alive or dead, so I said Patrice O'Neal.
Yes.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yep,
This
hilarious
moment,
comedian.
Man, right there.
laugh my ass off.
Yeah, ahead of his time, too. Go down the rabbit hole for Patrice O'Neal. You'll laugh your ass off for
Yeah,
sure.
the Colin Quinn show, he was slaying everybody.
Yeah, when it came to roast, too, yeah, you just could not touch a Patrice. He was always, like, top-tier talent. Who else?
Mark Twain.
Okay, Mark Twain.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
In the blunt rotation with Patrice O'Neal?
Yeah.
This guy went from Patrice O'Neal to Mark Twain.
Yeah. Are you new to the show? Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mark Twain was notorious for, literature that dropped that hard R.
Drop,
That would not fly with
But
Patrice
Patrice would
O'Neal.
rag on him so hard. It's like, look at those shoes,
I
man.
see what you're doing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
see
Bridging
what
the
you're doing
gaps.
here.
All right.
Jeff Bridges.
Okay, Jeff Bridges. Yes, Big Lebowski.
Have the
It's good to
dude in
have him.
there.
Yeah, got to have the dude in there.
I was thinking more like Iron Man. I was like, that's going to stress me out.
You thought the
Oh, you'd
villain
be
part.
thinking about
yeah.
that the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Jesus.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Jesus, why?
Why not?
Well, no, you got to have a stronger argument than that.
Well, because he'd probably do some cool tricks while you're
Yeah.
high.
Okay,
So the
so
wine thing.
I don't know why you don't just invite David Blaine or some other famous musician.
Because he doesn't have a good book that's worldwide seller.
It
That's
is
why.
a good book. It is pretty good. A pretty well-known book. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
Rico's dream rotation. We're going to reveal what the nightmare rotations are after these words, so keep it right here. Or join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, to find out the event that Slobby Robby and Chrissy are putting together on October 26th. Very special event, but all the details are exclusive to the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. All right.
I had to get rid of Kurt Russell and Alan Watts. That was kind of hard.
Alan Watts.
Kurt Russell's Big Trouble in Little China.
His mullet.
Kurt Russell's the man. He's just
Yeah.
the
Kurt Russell's
coolest
the man.
dude
He's
ever.
the GOAT.
He's the
Yeah.
GOAT.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and I want to see your guys' dream rotation as well. So go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know who are the four. Andrew wrote Keanu Reeves, Bill Hicks, Anthony Bourdain,
Nice.
Janis Joplin.
Ooh.
See, a lot of these I'd rather drink with.
Yes, it's a good drinking list,
Yeah.
even though I don't think Keanu drinks, because why would he? I mean, that's the closest
No,
to
he's
hanging
natural.
with Jesus.
He's all natural.
Mhm.
Yeah. He is the modern day Jesus, honestly. You know his band Dog Star is performing here in Arizona soon?
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you could go.
At The Rock or?
No, I mean, honestly, it would probably be like a rock show. But it's at the casino.
I heard Jesus was performing at The Rock.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about Halloween. All right. So, what is the concept between Halloween? Because this is going to be a mixture of cannabis and vendors, kind of like you think of like the ultimate stoner swap meet type thing, or no?
Sure.
That's one way to pitch it. You
Sure,
have
why
We could do
not?
that.
Oh, okay. If you were to give like
an easy
the
sell.
5-second pitch of like what Halloween is, what would that be?
Over the top, take your neighborhood Halloween party you went to as a kid and then just move it up a few effing levels and make it insane.
So you
got
trick or
some
treat
real
for
cool
buds?
things. Oh, we're not.
Yeah,
No,
so-
you're just going up and getting anything. There will be no shortage.
Yeah, so exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly right. We've always done cool Halloween parties at Generation Cool, whether it's with haunted houses going through our back hallway or whatever, costume parties, stuff up front where we turn off all the lights. So we were able to connect with Tucson Doobie on a level where we can bring cannabis into the equation.
Yeah.
People can get samples, learn about new brands, learn about different forms of cannabis that will be available, but also straight up, not even plenty of things to do besides that, right?
Right.
So from the photo booth to the vintage vendors and the art vendors and the arts and crafts, all the way to food trucks and even a mocktail bar. And this is like a real legit block party but it's also a safe place to consume cannabis.
Nice.
So it's kind of the best of all worlds. And of course, the vintage markets are always fun, but I always felt like there's a ceiling there with all markets. And like, okay, I'm here, just like with some cannabis events. You're like, okay, I'm here, now what?
Right.
I'm super, I consumed a lot. Now what? You know, so we want to be able to give you answers to that. And between the, dance floor, DJ on the roof,
on the
a
roof.
bunch of crazy, but it's going to be a one big immersive experience. And it's really just hopefully our goal is to throw the best Halloween party in town for grown-ups.
Yeah. Yeah.
There might be a kids one out there that we don't know about that's lit.
Right.
These kids are ripping each other's masks off. This is the best grown folk Halloween event.
Yeah, where's this going to be at? Because you said block party, you said rooftop.
Generation Cool, right out back.
Okay, what's the rooftop then?
My roof.
You're going to go on the roof and
Beatles style, bro.
Hell
Beatles
yeah,
style.
Dude, you have like a ladder or stairs to go up to the roof there?
No, we're just hoping for the best. yes, we
Climbing
have
utilities on the side.
Yes, we have a ladder. We are actually, Chrissy and I are going to test the ladder
levitating.
tonight.
Oh, you testing the ladder?
We're testing the ladder tonight
Stairs
with
are a little
the DJ.
safer. Okay.
Hopefully the DJ's not as
Cynoform.
big as me, but I'm thinking if I'm under him and he falls, we're going to see. But
We're gonna put him on Slobby's shoulders, and then
Yeah, we got
Slobby's
it.
gonna hoist him up there.
we got it.
Yeah.
It should be like a ball pit or a foam pit on the side of the building just in case.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, not
because
the
people
worst
will be
idea.
stoned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, only hopefully one person is accessing the roof. And we also have flash tattoos from Diablo Inc. that'll be custom to our event.
Yeah.
That'll be right coming out of my office. So we're encompassing not only our parking lot, but surrounding parking lots as well. And a block party in the sense that the whole area from the co-op food conspiracy grocery store all the way to the end of the block will be our space. A whole a little vintage village, a whole area, with music and party and cannabis, and then a whole entire area that's just food and drink.
I love that. Well, and it's right behind Generation Cool, so
Correct.
it won't be there on 4th Avenue. Generally,
7th Street and Hoff. Hoff is what you would think of as the alley behind us. It's actually a street.
Yeah.
And so we're 7th Street and 4th Avenue. It's right there. You
Oh,
can't
nice.
miss it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you
right
see,
there downtown.
follow the arrows and the signs that say free weed.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to be putting up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Won't be
Reese's
difficult.
It's
Pieces.
straight to the point advertising.
Yeah, you're expecting what, 1 million people there? Because like you're literally any foot
The
traffic.
best band name idea I ever had freshman year. I had no idea who was going to be in this band. All I knew was I was the singer, and it was going to be called Free Drugs.
Right.
And so I made a bunch of flyers, and and then I ended up having to have a meeting with my counselor. Tucson High, you know what I mean? She's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "No, it's my band."
It's okay.
And she's like,
Rock.
"What band?" And I'm like, "Well, you'll see."
You'll see. I'm still,
Right.
still
Come
putting
to the
it
show.
together, but biggest show ever. I know. Well, you always had that promotional mind, and honestly, when it comes to this party, like I trust the Slobby Robby party. You're trying to create something that's fully immersive, and like it's like how can when I go there, I'm not just sitting around being like, no, what do I do now? Like literally, it's just like,
Oh yeah, you
do
gotta
this,
have
do
some.
that.
I've been to Coachella, man. I'm telling you, they don't have ping pong.
right,
They don't have slip and slides. Like I've been at Coachella all messed up with nothing to do.
right.
And if
Yeah.
you can't, and if you don't like the bands or you're stuck out in the dirt,
You're
like
just in a
we don't
field,
want
nothing to do.
We don't want anybody stuck out in the dirt.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want them. To, we got porta potties, my guy.
Yeah,
This is the real deal, bro.
yeah. And so you got the whole block and like licensed block party. Right,
Yeah.
And obviously you have to work with the co-op, but you have a good relationship with the co-op anyways.
Co-op is sponsoring our vintage village, so
Nice.
the co-op has an area allocated that they've given us that will host the vintage vendors.
Nice.
So we love the co-op. I eat there every day. I went there 3 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Just saying. You have chocolate croissants, dog. And they put out new ones at like 2.
Just waiting.
Oh, bro.
Like, come on.
Bro, I can you can see it from my office. I can see the bakery
That's
bringing
funny.
them over from my...
Just run over.
Right. So you
Smell it.
smell
I'm
it.
dumb, but
Start
I'm
to
not
smell it.
stupid.
I love it, dude. All right, well, let's do this. We're gonna play our morning one from earlier, getting ready for our Nightmare Blunt rotation, which is coming up after 9 Inch Nails Closer, and that's about 3 minutes. So, in case you missed
Perfect.
our morning one, and one little something like this, check it out. Here on Rock 2.1 KFMA, Rico, remember when Dachi was in studio and took a liking to Weirdo?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I think he still follows her on Instagram. Doesn't follow me though.
He doesn't.
He doesn't follow the station.
You got to post more thirst traps beef.
Apparently so, but welcome back. It's now 6:13. Time for your morning moron. Let's do this. All right, Rico, let me tell you the tale of the Bernie McDonoughs. Yes, it's a tale of the Bernie McDonoughs will go down in Morning More on UK folklore history. And it's weird because the Bernie McDonoughs, there's two men with the same name, aren't related to each other, don't live close to each other, somehow met each other. Maybe it was a Bernie McDonoughs like chat group. You know, maybe there was a Bernie McDonough's meetup.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's a secret underground club or where they network amongst other people. Like, have you ever met anybody with the same name as you?
Actually, think one time.
Really?
It was really like Rico? Like
Yeah.
the first name, yeah.
Well, first and last.
Oh, no.
So have you ever Googled your name to see if there's any other people like you out there?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of one of those things you do at least once. You're like, I'm curious.
Yeah, is there any
No.
other Ricos out there?
No, because my last name's pretty unique.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you find the random person in Idaho.
I thought the same thing, but when I Googled my government name, I realized that there is another guy with the same government name as me,
Whoa.
and he's pretty successful. He's like a vice president in Kansas and stuff. So I am the least successful of the two.
Damn.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. But if we teamed up, we could probably take over the world.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what Bernie McDonough's thought. One was 35, the other is 56. And according to reports, you know, not only are they from different towns and not related, but they pulled off a string of heists last month where they broke into people's homes and stole jewelry as well as a 55-inch TV. Okay, so they ended up teaming up and doing a string of burglaries in the UK. And the only thing that they have in common is their name. But for whatever reason, they thought, hey, I'm a POS Bernie, you're a POS Bernie, let's do some POS Bernie stuff.
Amazing.
They did. They got caught, and they just they recently got sentenced as well. The younger one got 2 years in prison, has to pay a fine, but the older Bernie's DNA was traced back to a separate burglary last year, so he got just under 5 years.
Damn.
And again, they're not related, but look at these side-by-side mugshots. They look like father-son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How funny.
Yeah, they're both overweight, balding Bernie McDonoughs, and they are now legendary in the UK for the string of robberies. And again, they had no idea who each other were, except they had the same name, and then they buddied up very quickly and said, since we got the same name, they can only charge one of us, right? Well, they were wrong. And for that, the Bernie McDonoughs are today's Morning Moron. All right, they're just piecing together more ideas for the Halloween event that's happening, and yeah, it's going to be a rager, dude. A big block party.
It's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, you'll be able to smell it for miles, dude. This is amazing.
That's
Whoa.
true.
Yeah, Rock on 2x1 KFMA. We're back. Beef Vegan Presents. Yeah, on October 26th, all I can say on the air here is you'll be able to smell where this party is going to be thrown behind Generation Cool. You're going to be able to smell Generation Cool all through downtown, probably all the way to the east side. You know, so on October 26th, Halloween party, Generation Cool is throwing. We're talking about that on the stream, but we're back here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. And now let's talk about the nightmare blunt rotation. We talked about who the dream for would be in the blunt rotation. Who would be the worst people to be sitting around in a circle with to just totally kill your buzz, your mood, your mojo, all that good stuff.
Right.
We'll start off with Rico on this one and work our way through. Yes.
My nightmare one.
Yes. What's your nightmare blunt rotation?
Dick Cheney.
Okay, Dick Cheney. You afraid he'll shoot you in the face
Why
accidentally?
didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
That would definitely. I don't think I need to explain that one. It would just be a nightmare.
Yeah, you don't want any dicks in your rotation for sure.
Pol Pot.
Pol Pot.
Yeah, because his last name is already Pot, so he'd be making jokes about that. He'd be very serious.
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously he's a genocidal maniac.
Yes.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Those beady red eyes.
Because he'd be way too competitive. I don't know if he'd try to outsmoke you or the whole time he's talking about what he's not doing actively.
Yeah.
Just like way too distracted with being the best at everything.
Yeah, he'd be like, I saw Rico blow a smoke ring, and I took
Right.
that personally. Yeah, that's what Michael Jordan would do for sure.
And then Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, rest in peace.
Well, yeah.
Poor guy.
Because no, he's like notorious for being like a booze guy, you know?
Yeah.
So he's probably just really awkward and just like way into his head. Like, I really should cut back on the drinking. The whole time, just like introspective.
Joe wrote on the stream that Jordan would start crying, just like his meme. Yeah, that does sound like a nightmare blunt rotation.
Yeah.
Spot on. All right, Chrissy, same question.
Okay.
Which four notable figures would you not want in your blunt rotation?
Well, you know, my first thought right away was P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I mean, I don't want to deal with that. Like, what if
No.
he's asking for a freak off? He
Oh, he
comes
will.
out with
He will.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, but this is
What the hell am I going to do?
no.
you know?
This is very controversial compared to your first list.
There's an element of
on
fear.
on your first rotation, I thought you would have maybe
You lean towards freak
yeah,
out.
lean,
Yeah.
lean toward the oil. I thought,
Yeah.
I thought you were oil friendly based on your first list.
Right. Yeah.
Surprises.
Yes. So, okay. So,
Yeah.
no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Right.
And then I had to go with R. Kelly, too, because it's kind of same level there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
there was an element of fear when coming up with this. Like, what's going to happen after I'm hitting that blunt?
I
Where
know.
are these guys going to go?
You're like Mike Tyson. I wouldn't mind getting thrown around a bit.
I'm living on the
You're
edge.
like R. Kelly. Nah, too messy.
I'll tell you, some of the downsides of smoking with R. Kelly and stuff is you get so high and you're like, oh, is it raining? And then you look up
Yeah,
and realize
yeah.
it's not rain.
No.
You know, so that's
Oh.
not good. Yeah.
Trip.
All right. So Diddy and R. Kelly.
R. Kelly,
All
yeah.
right.
And then I just went with a straight up, I'm going to cast a net over any of the Kardashians.
Okay, good. Yeah, you don't want no Kardashians
don't.
in your mix.
No, I don't.
Is it
I
The
don't want
Voice?
to deal with. I don't want to deal with the voice. I don't want to deal with the ugly cry.
The
I just
nagging
want to
ugly
have a
cry.
doobie and be chill. You know.
That's fair. Yeah, they
Right.
seem like a nightmare, a buzzkill for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And who would be your fourth and final to round out your
Well,
nightmare blunt rotation?
I already casted my net over all the Kardashians, so I
So
went
you're just
above
like,
and
pick two?
beyond on this list.
So you don't want to mention any more, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean all of the Kardashians.
Okay.
And then the pervs.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So okay. Ironically, they've all partied together. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Isn't
Been in
that
one room
weird?
at once,
It's
yeah.
true with those
Not
white
sure if-
parties and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure if ironic is the correct term.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Coincidental.
Coincidentally, yes. All right.
Yeah, Lannis.
Slobby Robby, Generation Cool. What is your nightmare blunt rotation?
All right, I'm gonna start off with a classic,
Okay.
a throwback, Nancy Reagan. Who
Oh,
started the war
yes.
on drugs
War
in
on
the
drugs.
1980s when I was born in 1980. So I was
Yes.
born into Nancy Reagan's regime
Yes.
of hatred and oppression, and I don't appreciate it.
She would be terrible because she'd literally be telling you how bad weed is the whole time that you're smoking, just killing your buzz, absolutely murdering your buzz.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah,
Everybody
and she
likes
was
a
the bad
cool-
guy.
Yeah, everyone likes a cool grandma. You know, let's just say that we don't need that.
Yeah.
Negativity. Now, second, I'm gonna go with Hunter Biden because he's a gateway friend.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I see him cooking, and I'm like, I see you, dog. Yeah, I feel you. You know what I mean? But like, bruh, you guys, it's your homie that you're like, you gotta chill, dude. You know what I mean? Your phone is on too much. Like,
Oh, you're into glass blowing.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Hey, look.
No, that's fair. You start a
Sometimes
blood
you can pull it
rotation
off,
with
you know?
Hunter Biden at 4:00 in the
I just
afternoon.
don't want to see how far it goes. I like to, you know.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
to-
It
I like-
escalates quickly.
Yeah, I like to choose my own adventure.
Yeah.
Next, I'm gonna go with Amy Schumer.
Oh, God.
Ah,
Can't
yes.
stand her, dog. I
Yes.
feel like even it's she was in the Jerry Seinfeld movie about Pop Tarts, and
Yeah.
I was like had an aversion to every scene she was in. She gives me the itches and the ickies.
Yeah.
I just don't like her.
No, that's fair. I interviewed Amy Schumer once. She's not that kind. Was
Aw.
the nicest way to say it. Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. She actually hated me at the end of it, which is
Dang.
fair. Well, it was fair,
It's a
actually.
compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it's
great.
Not,
Great
it's not
line.
her, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I get it. You know, Amy Schumer definitely would seem like a buzzkill. All right. So that's 3 out of 4.
Yep.
Who's the fourth and
Last one.
final nightmare blunt rotation?
Last one, I got Flo from Progressive.
Why would Flo be your nightmare?
Bro, I have a weird phobia of redheads.
Okay.
And the darker the red, the more intimidated I am. And I feel like the friendly part, it's hard for me to like say no to a really friendly person.
Yes.
So I feel like it's just a bad combo and I would just let her walk all over me. I mean, she'd have me wearing the vest and running errands and you know what I mean? But at the same time, deep inside, terrified of her.
Yeah.
You just made me scared of her now.
Yeah, so
Oh, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Slobby Robby is throwing a Halloween party on October 26th, which we're talking about on the podcast broadcast. But do not dress like flow from the progressive commercials
man.
to go to.
Get kicked out right
Put
away.
that energy out there, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that on me.
You might want to put that on the invitation, just a little list, a little asterisk.
No flow.
No
No flow.
flows allowed, right?
No flow zone.
Yeah, we're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. There you're going to find out all the details from the event that they're throwing on October 26th. Join us, youtube.com/PeteVegan. More coming up after these words and music from The Offspring on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Excellent list. That's funny.
She's got those crazy eyes too.
I was
She does.
panicking. I needed one more, and I thought Kim K. And then you said Kardashians. So I said,
You said all of
who
them,
do
yeah.
you really hate, bro? Like in real life, who bothers you? You know, like when you look at them. You know, that's all. I was like, all right, I know.
No, you've
Flows
had
of
this
aggressive.
festering for a while.
Yeah,
This was
it's
this
like-
flow hatred.
We know who.
That's amazing.
Yes, I thought she obviously tests well. I mean, that's why they had her as a spokesperson for quite some time. You know, you remember the AT&T girl spokesperson who went from showing cleavage to wearing like a turtleneck because the internet creeped out on her?
Oh, the Melania or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She. I mean,
I'll tell you what, this is what
she's
they
a
did.
product of
Well,
They got her.
They got her, and it was unfortunate, and it wasn't her fault that she was a gorgeous woman with great, beautiful breasts, and then the internet perved out. But so what AT&T was in a position where they're just like, okay, well, we understand why you're upset, and we want to kind of like help, like cater to you, right? Because you shouldn't be victimized or sexualized in this position. And so then they let her wear turtlenecks and whatnot, but then they gradually stopped using her in commercials, and you're not
Phased
seeing her
out.
anymore. Yeah, they're like, so enter the next. I guarantee you, the next AT&T spokesperson will show a little skin and not have any problem about it, because that will be something that they ask and vet.
I mean, hey, look, the gecko.
Mhm.
You know, that fool's naked. So
He's flaunting a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I feel shamed when I see the gecko.
Right.
Svelte.
And his dick's on backwards, but they're showing it off.
It'd be worse if,
How do they
if
call
he
that?
Winnie the Pooh did, where he's just wearing a shirt
Yeah,
with no pants.
Yeah,
Like, what a pervert.
I mean, you know.
we did grow up with a lot of naked
Naked
idols.
characters.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd way rather be fully naked than be naked with the shirt. I mean,
Yeah.
for a woman, it's cute, you know.
Yes,
like
yes.
a white tee, whatever.
A guy,
But as a
yes,
man,
yeah,
I've like
no,
maybe
never.
accidentally done it once or twice and been like, I'd rather be naked in front of the church, like worst dream you've ever had, than just have someone see me with a shirt, even
Yeah.
in my underwear with a full shirt.
Yeah,
I put-
Like,
I
sorry,
on-
dude. Sorry, homeboy.
I put
Let me
on
just take care
socks.
of this. I put on another pair of shorts over these little shorts.
Yeah. What were you
I
saying?
was
Rico?
put on socks one time first by accident. It was the creepiest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, can't do that either. You gotta
What
go
are you
sockless.
thinking, dude?
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
were you thinking, dog? Could ruin your whole week.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna dry this up real quick and check out these socks.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, everything starts with the shorts for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a caveman. I just live in the shorts, and my kids are like, my friend's coming over. I'm like, "Arr." Time to change. Time to come out of my final form and throw a shirt on and emerge from the den.
You're just mad at the kid.
No, you still got your girl, right, Robbie?
Do you referring to my dog?
No, you. Oh yeah. Are you single? Or are you still in a relationship?
I'm in a relationship.
Yeah. So this is not a great for you, but I did come across a great dating site for my buddy Rico. Now,
Okay.
of course, Tinder's been played out. Bumble's rough, and he's banned from Hinge. So
Very
He's
unfortunate.
unhinged, if you will.
Yeah. Prison Connect is what it's called. There's-
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Yeah. You've been
Oh,
following
these
Prison
chicks are
Connect?
bomb, bro.
Yeah. So
It says on
chicks
top
are-
like he follows
Oh,
Slobby
these
Robby.
chips are bangers.
I don't have. Yeah, you usually see who else is following.
Right.
I don't see Slobby following this.
No. What I do is there's an alternate.
A burner
Where they
account.
show best of. They like show it's like best of.
Yeah.
Prison booty or whatever, and they show like the best available ones.
Yeah.
I'm getting it through like Tosh.0 style. I get the
Yeah.
best of the best through another account.
Right. Yeah,
Oh, is
so
that them?
This is them. So this is 301,000
Rico.
followers on Instagram and growing.
Got some winners.
And with that, they basically are trying to connect prisoners with the love of their life on the outside, especially those love of their lives who could put money on their books. So you're
Radio
seeing.
host?
Yeah, right. I've been following for quite some time. Some of them, I'm like, okay, girl, I see you. Like this one, her
Okay, now
name
this one?
is Waynona Gent.
Look at the top comment.
I say, oh look, she has an actual red flag in the photo. Yeah, that's spot on. You gotta love these comments. Some of these videos are actually
make this stuff up, dude.
Yeah, no, dude. Some of them they're actually in jail, basically Skyping and letting people know what they're all about. So this is Kelly from Idaho, and it said, "Curious what her chin actually looks like. Needs some work on the editing." Travis Marshall, New York State Prison, showing off the guns.
He's doing just fine.
Yeah.
What is the JPay app? Is that an app?
Okay, so
JPay is how you give anybody who's incarcerated bread.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So they have all the code and everything. So this next one's an actual
you didn't
Skype.
grow up with drug dealers.
Right.
Without telling me.
So this is
32,
Jamie.
and it's a damn shame that I'm locked up looking this good, and you haven't hit me up yet. Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm 32, and it's a damn shame that I'm locked up looking this good, and you haven't hit me up yet. Hi.
32.
So the 32, they age pretty rapidly there. I'll show you some more of these videos that kind of like this one, Destiny.
IDOC number is 110622. I'm looking for somebody to connect with. If you're interested, contact me on JPay. And I'm a tall glass of water. I got fake boobs. And I'm funny. My name is...
Yeah, so they were literally, that's their call.
Alex Mercado. I'm currently incarcerated here in Idaho at PWCC. I'm looking for emotional, financial support, really anything. I am interested in women. So hit me up. My IDOC is 74271. So I hope to hear from you. Bye.
Yeah. So Alex is in prison right now, like living their best life. This is.
I am currently incarcerated at Pocatello Women's Correctional Center. I am looking for someone to support me both financially and emotionally this time while I'm down. If you're interested, hit me up. My IDOC is 153241. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, so
that's not very convincing.
No.
That one, she looked like she had to get it done, like you're getting your chores done real quick before you leave the house. She's like, "Oh, you want to hit me out?"
That's because all the other sellers, they're probably making bank, right? So like getting a bunch of money on their books from all these people. It's on the internet, like I said, 301,000 and growing rapidly. But it's weird to see like Idaho Department of Corrections being like, "Yeah, you could go ahead and make these videos for them to post," and is some kind of like, I don't know, working relationship happening between that prison as opposed to the other ones where I think it's inmates kind of like reaching out somehow, sending pictures, probably DMing, and getting their stuff because there's, cell phones in prison. They sneak them in there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. They have more than that.
Yes, they have everything.
They're doing TikTok coordinated dances.
Yeah.
How old do you think Jamie is? Do you think this Jamie will tell you how old she is? What's the over under? You think she's 25? Oh. Let's see what
I'm
Jamie
19.
has to say.
And support and someone fun and funny who has time to talk. Can't wait to hear from you. Bye. Hi, my name is Jamie Johnson. My number is 118859. I am doing my time here in Pocatello, Idaho. I'm looking for friendship and support. And
looks like an older Mari. So
she has like a Midwestern accent. Pocatello, Idaho.
I just stab someone in the throat looking for emotional support.
Yeah. So there you go. So if Tinder
I
isn't
want to
working
know
out
the
for her,
charge. Here's the thing. Before we
Right.
let Rico up with one of these chicks, we need to filter out. Is there a filter by charge? What they've been charged with?
Sure. No,
Like any dating app,
yeah.
age range charge, felony, misdemeanor.
I don't know if it's an app yet. It's social media, but yeah, that is an excellent question. Like, matched by charges.
Be a good game show. Like, get a date with them. You
Guess
can
my
guess the actual
charge.
guess my charge.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Would you date a woman in prison on RICO charges?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
She'd probably just
Oh, that's
cringe
one
at
of
my
the
name.
better charges.
It's a
It
she
is.
has mafia
that means
racketeering
you're down.
experience.
Yeah,
exactly.
That means you're down.
Yeah,
I want to give me a Rico gal every day of the week.
Right.
She's
It's
got
a level
friends.
of
Lots of
intelligence for
friends.
that charge.
You're speaking my language, racketeering girl.
Yeah.
Embezzlement.
Yeah.
I mean, she's organized.
Yes. I want to show you a video of Brock Lesnar's daughter, who just recently had a.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she just won an NCAA championship, just like her dad. You're familiar with Brock Lesnar, right? You're a wrestling fan. You got all those. Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
She's wrestling also.
No, she is doing shot put.
Dang.
Does she have a neck?
She is a chip off the old block, dude. Honestly, Rock 102.1 KFMA. I'm surprised you don't recall this because we did go a little viral
vaguely
on
do, yeah.
YouTube, just reacting to Brock Lesnar's daughter. Her name's Maya. All right. Now, Brock Lesnar's first marriage, when he was like 21, 22, fresh out of high school, knocked up a girl, got married to her. They had twins. All right. The son good-looking boy, both athletic. It was twins that were fraternal, a boy and a girl. All right. Now, the son, you're like, I can see a little resemblance, right? And then the daughter, you're like, that's Brock Lesnar in a wig, right? Legitimately. And she turned out to be an athletic freak just like Brock Lesnar. This is Maya Lesnar. You see her?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she just won an NCAA championship as well, just like her dad. With doing shot put. Now, she's breaking records. And the way that you're going to see in this little video as she's talking at a press conference after she won her NCAA championship, was talking about stepping out of her father's shadow. But she is going to be she's got to be a future wrestler, because there's no professional shot putting. But she's built like her dad. And there is no disputing, if Brock Lesnar is her dad, because you don't see, there's so much resemblance there, and you're going to see the comparisons here. So listen to Maya real quick.
Say at the end of the day, I am here to make a name for myself. I think I've been in his shadow for so many years, which is cool, I guess. But honestly, to me, at the end of the day, what I want people to know is he's dad to me. I honestly don't look at him as this superstar of a person. Him just being in my corner and now me kind of being in the spotlight and him in my shadow a little bit, watching me, I think that's super cool. This is not really going to...
You see her? A brick house, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Genetic freak, 100% natural. Maya did not mess around and literally steamrolled over the competition. And again, was literally following in the footsteps of her father. And what a, her brother is an athlete too. But nothing on the level that Maya Lesnar's at. So you're looking at got to be a future wrestler as well, or superstar in her own right. And honestly, looks like a female Brock Lesnar, just even the physical build. And like I said, she is breaking. She'll participate in the Olympics, probably go for gold, probably get gold. And then from there, figure out how she's going to cement her legacy, but has that same drive. She even mentions how her dad's advice was, take this win, enjoy it, move on.
Grateful for the people that have come into my life, or the things that I've done. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds super cliche, I guess, but I guess I just moved on, and I'm ready for the next thing. And
there you go. And the next big thing is Maya Lesnar. All right. We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Wrapping things up with the beef tip next on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah.
Could you imagine dating Brock Lesnar? Hey, your friends are hey, are you scared of her, Mr. Lesnar? Are you scared of the dad? No, I'm scared of her, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Scared of both.
Yeah, don't misstep. Yeah, she'll rock you. But man, it's been amazing seeing her because she basically broke the internet a little bit in the wrestling community.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, when they're just well, look at the similarity here. This is crazy.
Yeah, she's albino.
Yeah, just everything about Brock Lesnar. But then seeing her step up on an athletic level too, you're just oh yeah, fuck
she's
yeah,
a beast.
Got that Viking DNA.
Yeah, that's what it is, Viking DNA. So whether she gets into UFC or WWE, the fact of the matter is the promise is she's going to go into one of those realms, and the name Maya Lesnar is a name that's going to be very familiar to a lot of people in the next 5 to 10 years. That's a guarantee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I felt bad when my daughter looked like me, I was like, oh, poor girl. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're all beautiful.
They are all beautiful. But again, I'm like, oh, poor.
Dang.
No, she ended up looking like her mom in the long run. But she was a young me at the beginning. I'm like, all right, well, let's work on that personality and sense of humor, girl. It's going to work out good.
You're she's not listening anyway. I don't care.
No, she's not. Neither is my baby's mom. Let's see.
Oh, you're home free, dude.
Yeah, totally. Fun fact, any woman that I date doesn't listen to the show.
So convenient.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's why if I have a listener say, hey, maybe we should hang out. Well, I enjoy you listening, and you're never going to listen again if we do. So let's not do that.
I need the numbers. Come on.
No, all right. Let's see. What was I looking up on? Oh, yeah. Slobby, do you have the flyer for Halloween on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Good.
On Generation Cool.
On Generation Cool?
Yep.
Okay. And what else you been up to since we last checked up with you, by the way?
Oh, man, I had my Slobby summer tour. I went to Seattle, San Diego, had a bunch of gigs. Santa Fe, New Mexico, the Florida Keys.
Oh, yeah.
I did a photo shoot down in the Florida Keys, man. That place is one big frat house on an island. I didn't know.
Is it like Roadhouse? It's like the movie Roadhouse.
Key West is, yeah. You
yeah.
get down to Key West, and it's my girlfriend's like filming girls' butts within like 5 minutes.
Oh, just nothing but girls' butts, right?
And I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna get valet. We end up staying. You know, we were gonna drive back up to Marathon Island. I'm like, let's just stay.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Right.
It's cool though. Gorgeous sunsets. It's you know.
What was the photo shoot for?
A private client who wanted us to do photos and videos for their series of beach houses.
Really?
Oh, yeah, pretty rad, huh? I have a media company called Original Creatives, and so we did some video content and some photo content for a client, and they're like, well, how about this? Fly you out to Florida, you stay at all the houses all down along the Florida Keys, make us video content, we'll make sure to pay for food. I'm like, keep talking.
Yeah.
I started off with jet skis, iguanas. You know what I mean? Like I had the whole Florida experience.
Oh, I love that.
But Seattle's a heck of a town, man. I went to the Seattle World's Vintage Fair and hung out with Sean Kemp and did a live stream with Sean Kemp.
How's Sean Kemp doing? And
He's
you've
great.
been,
He's
of
big
course,
in the cannabis industry also.
Yes,
He owns a couple dispensaries and his own brand.
Now, like it was about a year ago, there was like they thought Sean Kemp was like kind of caught up in some legal issues where he was wrongfully accused of doing some gang shit, right? And he was 100% wrongfully accused of that, and he was able to clear his name because in Seattle, obviously, they love Sean Kemp, and rightfully
Great
so.
guy. Yeah, great guy. Honestly.
I love that you got to hang out with him. He was super cool.
Super cool. He was out there. We're live streaming. We made a wrestling buddy of him.
Yeah.
So we basically made a stuffed animal of him, like a doll. So people were buying those on the live stream. He's holding up jerseys. He's talking about players or teams or designs he liked that were selling the jerseys right there. And then he starts shooting jumpers in the background. You know? Yeah, he starts hanging out. So we turn the camera, and he's just warming up, shooting jumpers for the hour during the whole live stream, poking his head and had a blast.
Nice.
That's cool. You hang out with him after that?
We hosted a slam dunk competition with a bunch of college basketball players. It was judged by Conway from Griselda, myself, and Sean Kemp himself. Pretty big deal. And then the Seattle community really showed out. All the old school Sonics, sort of gear was flowing. I picked up what we would call in the vintage community a grail, which is the carpet from the McDonald's play place in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's McDonald's land, and it's a map. I guess they wanted you take toy cars and go around like a Thomas rug.
Right.
And so it's McDonald's land, and it's, Burger Palace and the jail, where Officer Big Mac, locks you up in that thing in the hamburger. So it's the whole, and sometimes I've had the small one, like Max Sabbath bought the small one from me for their green room. Yeah. But this is the giant one that covers an entire wall, like the actual whole room carpet, McDonald's land. So I got that at Seattle, and I just rolled that thing up, took it on the plane, and called it a day. That was a
You're
good
hitting
trip.
Pater, yeah. Slobby Robby from Generation Cool. We're back here live in Rock 102.1 KFMA. Before we wrap up the podcast broadcast, we're just kind of catching up with Slobby and all of his adventures that he's been doing. Of course, you can check out Generation Cool on 4th Avenue. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, because when you do, you're going to find out all about their Halloween party that they're throwing on October 26th. A lot of details there. We can't say necessarily on the radio, but we definitely can say it on the stream and on social media. Also follow Tucson Doobie while you're at it, because they're always keeping you connected to the community, so to speak, right? And so, what else, before we wrap things up, Robbie, what else can we point people in a direction of to make sure that they're kind of like keeping up in the know with what you guys got going on?
Sure. We're going to be featured on, keep an eye on TV.
Okay.
We'll probably be featured on the news. We'll be all over, of course. Eventbrite is where we just dropped early bird tickets on Eventbrite on Monday.
Right.
So you're getting $5-10 off certain packages. The VIP package is amazing.
Amazing.
it's going to be a lunchbox. I guess we can say this, right, Chrissy?
Yeah,
So it'll be a metal
break it.
lunchbox from Lunchbox Cannabis Company, and it'll be full of a bunch of goodies.
Nice.
So that's part of the VIP package. The regular admission gets you everything.
Yeah.
Everything's covered once you're inside.
Yeah.
So it's between Generation Cool Instagram, Tucson Doobie Instagram. Of course, Tucson Foodie is going to be on board with us.
Yep.
And everything from all of our DJs, Han Cholo, Diablo Inc., our tattoo. We'll be on everyone's Instagram, and we'll all be cross-promoting. And I would look out on all the major news outlets, too. We're definitely going to be on one of the news.
Nice. Well, we're going to definitely have you guys in again before October 26th. But, get ready. We're obviously in the season. Halloween season's here. So if you're looking for different parties, be able to dress up and be able to hang out, this is a fully immersive experience that...
Best costume party in town.
I don't doubt it.
Come as flow.
When it comes to parties and visionary kind of events and stuff, you've had your finger on the pulse, been ahead of the game for quite some time. So I know that any kind of party event that you're involved in is going to be a banger. So I'm excited about it.
And Tucson Doobie and Tucson Foodie are taking us to the next level. We're going to have an amazing mocktail bar, 2 amazing top shelf food trucks, and a bunch of other entertainment from magicians to balloon animals. It's going to be a pandemonium.
Well,
That's the word.
We'll end it on that word. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Again, follow Slobby Robby at Slobby Robby, at Generation Cool, at Tucson Doobie. Those are the follows there. Follow Rico while you're at it, at Unreal Rico, at Beef Vegan, and Rocco on 2.1 KFMA to always keep you in the loop. That's all the time we have for the show today. Robin Nash is up next. Tomorrow morning, we'll continue to give away tickets for AWOL Nation and Iron Chef. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
Pandemonium.
And to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad,
Did you guys see
I
that
will
fake
knock
candy at
out
the Chinese
all
zoo?
your